Why do girls like the hardcore dudes, violent street dudes, Jay-Z type? I blend in with the hood, I'm camouflage. You know what I mean? Like, what is it about that?
And you can't define I don't fit in your box. I'm me.
Me and my girl and my homeboy and his girl, we went on a double date. Got some food, it was great. We coming out, I see these two dudes, and they asked, is the Taco Bell open? Nah, it's closed. And the girls that we was with, they was playing like, yeah, it's open. We was like, nah, it's closed. And the dude started flexing like, what you say? By this time, I was in the car. I'm looking back and I'm like,
homie, I don't think you know me.
is this dude talking noise? Right? Like, is he talking noise? Like, what? Again, if you know me,
I ain't never back down or ran from no nigga.
and back then it was extra worse. So I tell my homeboy, I'm like, hey, yo, let me out the car.
Yeah, and I think you better watch who the fuck you.
You know what I mean? I'm about to 8-count stomp these dudes. You know what I mean? Like right now, like let me out the car. My homeboy opened the door, and I'm about to get out the car, and he like closed the door, almost shut my feet. Let me out. I'm about to, you know, by myself. Right then, the dude comes out. He runs up to the back of the car, and he pulls out the longest gun I've ever seen in my life. It was like Batman 89 when the Joker pulled out that long ass gun, and he points it at the back of the car. My homeboy hits the gas, skirt out, looking for his strap. He don't got his strap. I almost died that day. Later on that week, I heard two girls talking about, I love hood dudes. Like, I love me a Crip. Why you like Crips? Why you like gangsters? It just make me feel safe. That's curious, right? Cause I could have swore I almost got my girl killed, right? Just by my aggression that I had. So what is this? When you in the hood, when you in harsh environments, it brings out the primal nature of men. People evolve from the savannas, the jungles of East Africa. You could get eaten by a lion. So transpose that. The hardest place to live in America is the concrete jungle. And in them concrete jungle, it's the survival of the fittest. Because when you in the jungle, you can't litigate with a lion. You can't tell on a tiger. You can't negotiate with a hippopotamus. I couldn't think of another N word. And the worst thing that you can do if a lion is stalking you is to turn around and run. The best thing that you can do is stand your ground or even charge towards the lion. That gives you the best chance of survival. Your heart pumps Kool-Aid. If you don't embrace violence and you, your girl, holding your baby are on the plains of Africa and the lion comes and y'all all start running, y'all all get eaten up. But if you're willing to fight, if you charge, then one, that gives you a better chance of surviving. It gives her a better chance of surviving. It gives your baby a better chance of surviving. That way, you all live. You're able to procreate. The bitch ass nigga, he get ate up. He don't exist no more. He got ate up. His girl got ate up. His kid got ate up. So as a result, women have this natural evolutionary process to embrace men who have a tendency to be more violent. If you look up what testosterone does, it tends to make people more violent. It tends to make people more aggressive. So that aggression, even though it is counterintuitive and may cause more issues now, women have evolved to be attracted to that aggression, that ability to be violent, right? If you have a bully, you trip them on the ground, you start stomping their face in, that bully ain't gonna mess with you no more. And people in the hood, we fight. We get that. We understand that if you physically dominate somebody, you can have an easier life. And you don't necessarily have to physically dominate them, but that threat of violence being there, right? It makes your life and your girl's life much more easier And along with that physical violence comes the physicality of being able to exercise that violence, right? The bigger you are, the more respect you get automatically. So here's the thing about masculinity, right? There are certain things and certain characteristics that makes a man masculine. And his body, the size of him, it matters. Size does matter. Don't ever let nobody tell you differently. How big you are, it matters. So if two people come in the room, they have the same personality, they have the same swag, all that stuff. One of them 6'6", 230, 240, a six pack, and one is 5'5" and chubby. The guy who's 6'6" is gonna get the more respect. Everything given the same, everything being equal. So hood people, we recognize, and as a little kid, we recognize the importance of getting your body right. We recognize the importance of physical violence. We recognize how effective that is in leading people and how effective it is in keeping people safe. I had this incident where it was this one dude on my block who was notorious. He was like super gangster, right? Like everybody was afraid of him. He knocking everybody out. At like 14, 15 now. I was like still 12. So he was bigger than me. Everybody was afraid. So we playing basketball one day, and he got kind of aggressive with me, and I was like, dude, like, what's up? Like, but I was afraid to death, right? Because he knocking out everybody on the block. So I went to tell my brother, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, like, this dude messing with me. He like, what? I like, yeah, he messing with me. He was like, alright, come on. Now, my brother at the time, he was 5'10", had an 8-pack, like super cut up, athlete, dunking on people and stuff like that. And he went to the dude and he was like, hey, my brother said you was messing with him. He was like, we got a problem. And the dude was like, nah, we ain't got a problem. And my brother just shut that shit down. He didn't really have to be super aggressive or loud or anything. He could just take off his shirt and do some push-ups, and niggas be like, just based on how he looks. So that's one of the reasons why women love hood dudes, because we are willing, and a lot of times we engage, we're shaped in that violence, in that physicality. Here's the toxic side of it. Dudes don't have maturity or the ability to control their violent nature. So they don't exercise violence when it's necessary. They're just a hammer and everything looks like a nail. So they beating up the police, they beating up gang members, they beating up the girl, they beating up everybody. Everything is a nail to them. So that's the toxic side of that when men have it. And that's the toxic side when women are just attracted to a man who have that nature, who just have that violent nature without the emotional maturity to turn it on and off, right? So women, it's your responsibility, and I'm talking to y'all, it's your responsibility to, when you talk to men who have the capacity to be violent, but who can turn the switch on and off and do it appropriately. Men, if you are violent, hey bro, get that under control, learn how to control it and do it when it's appropriate. Dudes who don't have it, you gotta get it, bro. Not only for your own protection, but for your family's protection and the ability to get better bitches. That's why girls like hood dudes, why girls like dudes that's violent. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, subscribe, share this video. Alright, peace. This video was brought to you by Dope Dick in Conversation. This is the sweater. This sweater is got me pussy and got me pussy appointments. I think it's very important. The fundamental keys to any successful relationship is dope dick in conversation. Hey, you wear the shirt, it's a sign of boldness. It's a sign of boldness. So it tells girls what they can expect from you. And every girl, despite what they say, they love dope dick in conversation. Don't let them lie to you. Other things may be important to them, However, dope dick in conversation will get you far, my nigga. So express that. Let them know that you got dope dick in conversation. Alright, peace.